How many people have tried surfing in their life? Awesome. Kind of more than I thought. Does anyone do it regularly? All right, nobody. So I pretty much spend the majority of my life surfing and filming, and I wake up every day and I check the waves, and it's always been really important to me. And my passion for surfing has basically guided me through life. I've definitely been on a different path. And it's really cool because it opened the door to filmmaking and photography, which that's where I'm at now. And so for the past like 6 years or so, I've been traveling with different pro surfers and good friends all over the world, and just having these amazing experiences. And the cool thing that filmmaking has done is it really pushes me outside my limits. And there was one time I was in Fiji, and on this little island called Tavarua, and I was there shooting some friends, and I got to surf as well, and there's a world-class wave there called Cloud Break, and the wave actually breaks 2 miles off of the island, so it's over this reef, and it's like, you feel like you're in the middle of the ocean. You take a boat ride out there, and for a couple of the days on the trip, I decided to get in the water and shoot from the water. And the whole time I'm swimming over this reef, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get eaten by a shark, because I'm in the South Pacific Ocean, and I know off this reef there's just probably like a 100-foot drop where there's probably tiger sharks hanging out. And but it's those experiences that I've had that really have pushed me in what I love to do. Yeah, so real quick, I want to play this video for you guys. Maybe.
Ces vieux oiseaux qui m'empêchaient de croire en toi. Neige immaculée, ce fut beau, les arbres s'enduvaient, avaient chaud, rien ne pouvait nous atteindre. Oh oui, c'est magique, nous voyons toujours en musique, poursuivis par notre destin, notre histoire.
Thank you. So that was just a little recap of some stuff I filmed last year. I had a good year. I got to travel a lot, and it was awesome. But I feel like my journey really starts when I was like 12 years old, and I got really into surfing. And when I look back and reflect on my life and how I got to where I am now, I think it's I owe a lot to the ocean. I think it's pretty cool. I definitely look at the ocean in a different way than everybody else. And one thing when I was like 12, I felt like it opened my mind when I started surfing. I remember the feeling. It was like I was learning how to read these waves that were coming in. And I can remember that feeling, and I can relate to that feeling now because when I travel to different countries and stuff, that feeling comes up. And it's really cool that I felt that at such a young age, and it was like from that point on I was going to run with it. And I always find these like parallels between my life and the way the ocean works. And one thing is the ocean's constantly changing. So every time I paddle out and surf, you know, I can go to the same wave or the same beach every day, but every time I surf at that beach, I'm going to surf a different wave. Every single day is going to be a different wave. It's constantly changing. And so I think that's something that really keeps bringing surfers back to the water. And I like to think that change is a good thing, you know, like, and I take what I learn in the water, you know, you're like addicted to the changing waves constantly, and you bring that to your everyday life, and you adapt to like changing all the time. And just little things like that I like to reflect on with surfing. And another thing is surfing introduced me to my best friends at such a young age, and it kind of brought us all together. And we connected on, you know, a level that I hadn't felt up to that point. And it was because we shared this passion for surfing. And that really stuck with me through my life, I think. And so, you know, you have to kind of understand who's coming in and out of your life, because those kids were the kids that were pushing me in surfing and to do what I love to do. And I always stuck by that, and you know, when someone came into my life that wasn't going to further me and help me like grow, then I kind of pushed them away. And it was that same group of guys that we got into. That's how I got into filmmaking at like 14 years old and editing and stuff. Because we were just doing silly stuff. We were pushing each other in the water and outside of the water and creating, and filmmaking was just another outlet to create. And I never looked at it as a potential career until after high school, and my one friend became a pro surfer. And that's kind of when the light bulb went off, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump on board and keep the dream alive, and just follow him around the world. And then kind of just snowballed, and our first trip was to Puerto Rico, and I made a little edit and got a paycheck from one of his sponsors, and that was like such an amazing feeling. And that's kind of how that door opened. So surfing really led me into filming, and it's just been nonstop since I started. And I think the moral of the story is just you follow your passion, and it leads you the right direction. And you kind of don't know where you're going to end up, and that's the exciting part about life. So that's it. Thank you.